Every diesel owner talks about power and torque, but none mention the brutal truth about longevity. What if I told you that your pride and joy will bankrupt you faster than any accident ever could? That's not dramatic. Poor maintenance destroys more diesels than crashes do. Imagine finally owning that dream truck only to discover that ignoring simple habits turns it into a $20,000 paperweight. In this video, I'm breaking down the 7 things that separate million-mile diesels from scrap metal. And trust me, the #1 habit will blow your mind. It's so critical that ignoring it alone can destroy any engine in under 50,000 miles. Watch every second, because this isn't just maintenance advice, it's the difference between driving your diesel for decades or becoming another victim of preventable engine failure. Number 7, don't let it sit. Drive regularly and keep it full. Here's something that shocks most diesel owners. Letting your truck sit unused doesn't preserve it, it destroys it. Every week your diesel sits idle, multiple systems are slowly failing, your battery is draining even with the ignition off. Security systems and other electronics are constantly drawing power. After just a few weeks, you're looking at a dead battery and a truck that won't even turn over. But the battery is just the beginning. Those tires supporting 6,000 pounds of truck weight develop flat spots when they sit in the same position for weeks. These flat spots create vibrations that never fully go away, even after driving. You'll feel every one of those vibrations through your steering wheel for thousands of miles. Your fluids are breaking down too. Engine oil, brake fluid, transmission fluid, coolant, they're all deteriorating while your truck sits. This breakdown leads to internal corrosion and sludge buildup that happens even when the engine isn't running. When you formally start that engine, you're forcing contaminated fluids through clean systems. The fuel in your tank has about 3 months before it starts breaking down. Ethanol-blended fuels absorb moisture from the air, creating water contamination that corrodes your fuel system from the inside. Your fuel pump depends on being submerged in fuel for cooling and lubrication. When fuel levels drop below a quarter tank, that pump starts overheating and fails prematurely. Metal components like brake rotors develop rust when they sit unused, especially in humid conditions. This rust reduces braking performance and damages brake pads the moment you try to stop. Even worse, moisture buildup from lack of airflow creates rust on the exterior and undercarriage, while mold and mildew take over your cabin. An idle truck becomes a hotel for pests. Rodents and insects move in, chewing through wires and building nests in your air filter and engine bay. These unwelcome guests cause electrical problems that can cost thousands to repair. The solution is simple but critical. Start and drive your diesel at least once a week. Take it for a real drive, not just around the block. The engine needs to reach full operating temperature to burn off moisture and keep all systems healthy. Keep your fuel tank at least a quarter full at all times. For long-term storage, add fuel stabilizer to prevent degradation. Number 6, navigate hazards and wait wisely. In 2021, American drivers paid $26.5 billion for pothole damage. That's an average of $600 per repair, and many drivers hit multiple potholes per year. Your diesel truck with its heavy weight and commercial-grade suspension takes even more punishment from road hazards. Hitting potholes and speed bumps at speed sends shock waves through your entire truck. Your steering components, shock absorbers, suspension system, and wheels all absorb impacts they weren't designed to handle. The most commonly damaged parts are tires at 38% of repairs, suspension at 28%, and wheels at 22%. But the real killer is misalignment. One hard pothole hit can throw your alignment off, causing uneven tire wear that shortens tire life by thousands of miles. You won't notice it immediately, but your tires are wearing unevenly every mile you drive. Repairing suspension damage from prolonged misalignment runs between $1,000 and $2,500. The best defense is active avoidance. Steer clear of potholes whenever safely possible. When you can't avoid them due to traffic, slow down as much as possible before impact. Don't brake while going over the hazard because this compresses your suspension and adds extra force to the impact. Be especially careful around standing water or puddles. They often hide the deepest potholes. Avoiding vehicle overloading is the silent killer that most diesel owners ignore. Your truck has maximum weight limits for good reason. Exceeding these limits forces your engine to work significantly harder, decreasing fuel efficiency and causing overheating. The extra weight puts immense pressure on your suspension system, often causing visible sagging and unusual sounds. Overloading an axle can cause suspension failure without warning. Your brakes need substantially more power to stop an overloaded vehicle, which accelerates brake wear and dramatically increases stopping distances. Even a 10% overload on a standard truck can increase stopping distance by over 20%. The extra weight strains your tires, leading to faster wear, underinflation, and dangerous blowouts. Overloading also compromises vehicle handling and stability, throwing off the center of gravity and making emergency maneuvers nearly impossible. Always check your owner's manual for maximum weight limits. Remove unnecessary items from your truck and distribute loads evenly across all axles. Your truck's engineering has limits, and respecting those limits is essential for longevity. Before we continue with the top 5 habits that separate forever engines from expensive failures, take a moment to subscribe. You'll get more content like this that saves you thousands in repair bills and keeps your diesel running strong. Number 5. Brake and transmission care. Stop right. Most diesel owners focus on the engine and completely ignore the transmission. This is a costly mistake. Transmission repair or replacement runs between $2,000 and $5,000, and most transmission damage is completely preventable. The deadliest habit is shifting between drive and reverse while your truck is still moving, even slightly. The gears inside your transmission are designed to engage smoothly when the vehicle is completely stopped. Shifting while moving causes gears to grind against each other, creating massive internal wear. This creates shock loads on your transmission's internal clutches and bands that are far more violent than what you feel in the cabin. These shock loads accelerate wear and can cause catastrophic transmission failure without warning. Some newer trucks have electronic systems that prevent or delay such shifts, but many older diesels don't have this protection. The solution is simple. Always come to a complete stop before shifting between drive and reverse, or reverse and drive. This small habit prevents extremely expensive transmission repairs. Using your parking brake every time you park is crucial for transmission health. When you park on any incline and rely only on the park position, your vehicle's entire weight rests on a small metal component called the parking paw. This paw can fail or become misaligned, allowing your truck to roll away and causing transmission damage. Here's the correct sequence. Shift into neutral first, then apply the parking brake firmly. Once the parking brake is holding your truck's weight, shift into park. This ensures your truck's weight rests on the parking brake mechanism instead of stressing your transmission's internal components. Brake care directly impacts your wallet. Hard braking causes brake pads to wear significantly faster due to intense pressure and heat from sudden friction. Aggressive braking can damage rotors and calipers, turning a simple brake pad replacement into a major repair. Smooth, progressive braking applies pressure gradually, reducing heat and pressure while extending brake system life. Maintain a safe following distance to avoid sudden stops. Practice coasting by letting off the accelerator and anticipating stops, allowing your truck to slow naturally before applying brakes. When descending hills, downshift to a lower gear for engine braking. This uses engine resistance to slow your truck, reducing brake application and extending brake life. However, excessive engine braking can strain your drivetrain, so balance engine braking with light brake use. Delayed brake maintenance escalates quickly. A simple brake pad replacement can become a $600 repair if rotors get damaged. More extensive repairs involving rotors, calipers, and pads can cost $500 to $1,000 per axle. Number 4. Avoid aggressive driving and engine lugging. Aggressive driving does more than waste fuel. It places massive strain on your truck's drivetrain that accelerates wear on critical components. Rapid acceleration forces your engine and transmission to work far harder than necessary, creating heat and stress that shortens component life. But the real engine killer is something called lugging. Engine lugging happens when you drive in a higher gear than appropriate for your current speed or load. This forces your engine to turn at very low RPMs while trying to accelerate or maintain speed. Most drivers with manual transmissions do this without realizing the damage they're causing. Lugging subjects your engine to high cylinder pressures and temperatures under suboptimal conditions. This creates uneven heating of engine parts, causing components to expand too quickly. This can break cylinder head bolts or crack your crankcase, damage that costs thousands to repair. When your engine is lugging, it operates at low RPMs, which means your oil pump is also running at low speed. This provides reduced oil pressure precisely when your engine is under maximum load. The combination of high load and low oil pressure literally destroys your bearings, leading to complete engine failure. For turbocharged diesels, lugging creates an additional risk called low-speed pre-ignition. This is uncontrolled combustion that can physically damage engine components much faster than normal wear. Lugging also causes incomplete combustion, sending unburned fuel into your exhaust system and damaging your catalytic converter and emissions controls. You'll know your engine is lugging when it vibrates, shakes, or makes growling sounds while feeling sluggish and unresponsive. The solution is downshifting to a lower gear when your engine struggles. This increases RPMs and ensures optimal fuel mixture and proper lubrication. Another deadly habit is accelerating hard when your engine is cold. Cold engine oil hasn't reached optimal temperature and viscosity, and it hasn't had time to circulate and lubricate all internal components. Hard acceleration during warm-up causes uneven heating and rapid expansion of engine parts, potentially breaking cylinder head bolts or cracking your crankcase. Always allow your diesel time to warm up gradually before demanding full power. This simple habit prevents thermal stress that can destroy your engine's internal components. Developing mechanical sympathy means understanding that your engine's sounds and responses tell you exactly what it needs. Learning to read these signals and respond appropriately is the difference between engines that last 200,000 miles and engines that run for over 1 million miles. Number 3, the critical cooling system. Stay cool. Diesel engines generate massive amounts of heat due to their high compression ratios and intense combustion conditions. Your cooling system is the only thing standing between normal operation and catastrophic engine failure. Low coolant levels or cooling system malfunctions can cause engine overheating within minutes. Unaddressed overheating creates a chain reaction of catastrophic failures, including warped or cracked cylinder heads, blown head gaskets, cracked engine blocks, and piston scoring. Any one of these failures can destroy your engine completely. Diesel engines run hotter than gasoline engines, making them particularly susceptible to overheating damage. Once overheating begins, it cascades rapidly through multiple engine systems. What starts with low coolant can end with total engine replacement costing thousands of dollars. Regularly check coolant levels and top off as needed. Ensure you're using the correct coolant type mixed to manufacturer specifications. Different coolants have different chemical compositions and may not be compatible with your system. Inspect all cooling system components, including hoses, belts, and the radiator itself. Look for leaks, cracks, or damage that could lead to coolant loss. Remember that cooling system problems can cause rapid, catastrophic damage with little warning. Coolant degrades over time and loses effectiveness. It should be flushed and replaced at recommended intervals, typically every 60,000 miles or every 2 years. Some sources recommend intervals ranging from 30,000 to 60,000 miles or every 2 to 5 years, so check your owner's manual for specific guidance. Beyond temperature regulation, fresh coolant helps relieve excess pressure within your engine's cooling system. This pressure relief protects seals and gaskets from failure that could lead to costly leaks and overheating. The critical point is that overheating isn't just a symptom, it's a catalyst for multiple, simultaneous engine failures. Proper cooling system maintenance is essential insurance against catastrophic engine damage that can cost more than your truck is worth. Number 2, air and fuel filtration is key. Breathe easy. Clean air and fuel are the foundation of efficient diesel combustion. Your air filter is your engine's primary defense against dust, dirt, and debris that can cause severe internal damage. A clogged air filter restricts airflow, reducing engine performance, increasing fuel consumption, and potentially causing engine damage. Inspect air filters every 10,000 to 15,000 miles and replace as necessary. If you operate in dusty or harsh environments, check and replace filters more frequently. Clean air is essential for optimal combustion and engine longevity. Fuel contamination from water, dirt, or microbial growth severely compromises fuel quality. This leads to reduced power, increased fuel consumption, rough idling, and complete system failure. Regular fuel filter replacement every 15 to 30,000 miles is essential for fuel system health. Use a water separator to eliminate water and other impurities from your fuel. Always buy high-quality diesel fuel from reputable sources, as low-quality fuel contributes to deposits and accelerated engine wear. High-quality diesel fuel additives help keep injectors clean and improve fuel efficiency. Modern diesel vehicles have diesel particulate filters that reduce soot emissions by approximately 80%. These filters self-clean through regeneration, burning off accumulated soot when exhaust temperatures reach about 350 degrees Fahrenheit during highway driving. If you do frequent short trips or city driving, your DPF may not reach temperatures needed for passive regeneration. This causes faster clogging and can trigger active regeneration, where your truck injects extra fuel into the exhaust to raise temperatures. Failed regeneration creates serious problems. Unburned fuel from failed regeneration attempts dilutes your engine oil, decreasing oil quality and compromising lubrication. This oil dilution can cause severe engine damage that costs thousands to repair. DPFs typically last 100,000 to 150,000 miles, but their lifespan depends heavily on maintenance and driving conditions. Watch for dashboard alerts, reduced acceleration, or increased fuel consumption. Never ignore DPF warning lights. When the DPF light illuminates, drive at least 10 minutes at 40 or faster to complete regeneration. If soot loading reaches 75%, professional forced regeneration is necessary. Beyond 85% soot loading, even forced regeneration may not work, requiring expensive DPF replacement. Always use low SAP engine oil designed to reduce ash buildup in your DPF. Regular fuel injection inspection and maintenance ensure complete combustion, reducing soot production that clogs your DPF. Diesel exhaust fluid helps your truck meet EPA emission standards by converting harmful nitrogen oxides into water and nitrogen gas. DEF is stored in a separate tank with a blue cap and must never be mixed with fuel or other fluids. DEF has a shelf life of about 1 year, but can be shortened by contamination from oil or fuel. Contaminated or expired DEF causes corrosion and permanent engine damage. Replace DEF if it has sat through extreme temperature changes, as temperature fluctuations accelerate degradation. Store DEF in dedicated containers away from direct sunlight at moderate temperatures. DEF's consumption typically occurs at 2 to 5% of fuel consumption, so you'll refill it regularly during normal operation. The connection between emission systems and engine health is critical. When DPF regeneration fails due to driving habits or incorrect oil, it leads to fuel dilution that compromises engine lubrication. This shows that emissions compliance isn't just regulatory, it's essential for internal engine protection. Number 1. Master your oil and filters, the lifeblood. Engine oil is the absolute essence of your diesel's health. Diesel engines operate under significantly higher internal pressures and temperatures than gasoline engines, making oil's role in lubrication, friction reduction, heat management, and wear prevention even more critical. Diesel engine oil endures immense stress, causing rapid degradation. Combustion byproducts, including sulfur traces in diesel fuel, transform into destructive sulfuric acid within your engine. This acid accelerates oil breakdown and attacks internal components. As oil ages and degrades, it loses vital lubricating properties, leading to increased metal-on-metal contact. This friction causes accelerated wear on critical components like bearings, cams, and cylinders. Old oil becomes less effective at suspending contaminants, allowing impurities to form thick, tar-like sludge. This sludge blocks crucial oil pathways, starving your engine of necessary lubrication and impeding cooling processes. Blocked oil passages can cause complete engine seizure that destroys your entire power plant. The American Petroleum Institute sets standards for diesel engine oils under C classifications. Newer classifications like API CK4 and FA4 were introduced in 2017 for modern diesel engines. CK4 is robust and suitable for both on-road and off-road use, while FA4 is lower viscosity, designed specifically for on-road applications with improved fuel efficiency. For DPF-equipped vehicles, always use low SAPS oil. This formulation minimizes ash formation that clogs your DPF. Using the wrong oil leads to excessive ash buildup, causing premature DPF clogging and reduced efficiency. Oil change frequency varies based on your specific vehicle, driving habits, and oil type. Heavy-duty diesel engines typically require changes every 10,000 to 25,000 miles, or 50 to 200 operating hours. Personal diesel engines often need changes between 5,000 and 7,500 miles, or 3,000 to 7,500 miles with conventional oil. The financial cost of neglecting oil changes is severe. Skipping oil changes to save $120 per year can escalate into engine repairs costing $1,000 to $7,000. This isn't just a repair bill. It's a major financial disaster that could have been prevented with consistent, minor expenditures. Delaying oil changes can void your warranty coverage, leaving you without protection for expensive repairs. Neglected oil leads to increased friction, overheating, sludge formation, and internal corrosion that compromise fuel economy and accelerate depreciation. Oil filters are just as crucial as the oil itself. Filters maintain clean oil circulation by trapping contaminants and preventing them from damaging your engine. A clogged or inefficient oil filter compromises the cleanliness that fresh oil provides, undermining your entire lubrication system. Regular oil and filter changes are the single most important maintenance task for diesel longevity. This simple habit, performed consistently, is the difference between engines that fail at 200,000 miles and engines that run for over 1,000,000 miles. These 7 habits separate forever engines from expensive failures. But some trucks are simply built better than others. Consumer Reports just ranked the most loved trucks by actual owners. Check out our breakdown of the 13 most loved trucks, according to Consumer Reports.